After 50 years of silence, a submerged car is discovered in a Florida canal, unraveling one of the state's oldest cold cases. A mother and daughter, missing since 1974, are finally found, bringing a tragic resolution to a mystery that haunted a community for decades. The mystery that began in 1974. Imagine a sunny Florida day in 1974. A 34-year-old mother, Doris Wurst, and her 3-year-old daughter, Karen, leave their home in Plantation, Florida. They are driving in a 1961 red Chevrolet Impala. They never return. What was initially dismissed as a routine missing persons case soon spiraled into one of the state's most puzzling cold cases. With no leads, no witnesses, and no trace of the vehicle, investigators were left grappling for answers. The case garnered attention from both local media and concerned residents, leading to countless search efforts. But as the days turned into years, hope faded, and the story seemed to slip into obscurity, becoming another unsolved mystery lost to time. A chance discovery. Flash forward to August 2024. 50 years later, the mystery is cracked open, not by seasoned detectives, but by a volunteer search and recovery team called Sunshine State Sonar. Their specialty? Solving the unsolvable, often using sonar technology to search underwater. It was during one of these routine operations that they discovered a submerged vehicle in a Broward County canal. This wasn't just another car at the bottom of a waterway, it was the missing red Chevrolet Impala that had eluded search efforts for decades. Inside the vehicle were skeletal remains that would later be identified as those of Doris and Karen. The moment was bittersweet. On one hand, the discovery brought closure to a decades-old mystery, but on the other, it reopened old wounds for a family that had spent years in painful limbo. Sunshine State Sonar. The heroes we didn't expect. You might be thinking, who are these guys? Sunshine State Sonar isn't your typical crime-fighting team. They are volunteers, often comprised of civilians passionate about solving cold cases. Their dedication stems from a commitment to giving families the answers they've long been waiting for. These volunteers operate with limited resources, relying on donations and community support to continue their work. Despite their modest beginnings, they've developed a reputation for being able to do what law enforcement sometimes can't, finding the missing in places others have failed to search. By using advanced sonar technology, they found the red Impala beneath the murky waters of a Florida canal, a discovery that police and detectives had failed to make for half a century. Their success in cracking this case raises the question: how many more cold cases could be solved with the right tools and relentless determination? Toys and heartbreak. The emotional toll. The remains found in the car weren't just bones. Alongside them were personal belongings, including children's toys, a gut-wrenching reminder of the little girl who disappeared with her mother. The sight of these items turned what was already a tragic discovery into something even more poignant. For the volunteers who made the discovery, it was an emotional moment. One diver reported finding what looked like a child's toy, stating, "It was almost like it was that little girl's way of saying, 'You found me.'" The toys, clothes, and other personal effects made it impossible to ignore the humanity behind the cold case files. These weren't just missing persons, they were a mother and her child, living their lives until everything was cut short. The discovery hit hard, reminding us that this wasn't just a cold case, but the unresolved grief of a family and a community. Why it took 50 years. A case gone cold. How could such a high-profile case go unsolved for so long? Despite extensive searches in the initial years, including investigations into local waterways, the car and bodies had remained undetected. One reason is the technology gap. In the 1970s, sonar equipment was not nearly as advanced as it is today. Investigators back then did not have access to the precise underwater scanning tools that are now available. Additionally, the sheer size of the search area meant that even if they were in the right vicinity, they could have easily missed the submerged car. Some speculate that a combination of bad luck and outdated technology kept the truth hidden for decades. While there's a certain frustration in knowing the answers were always there, hidden beneath the water's surface, this discovery offers a sobering reminder of the limits of past investigative efforts. Speculations and theories. Accident or foul play? As with any mystery, there are questions. Was this an accidental drowning, or did something more nefarious happen? The Broward County Sheriff's Office is currently awaiting DNA testing results to confirm the identities of the remains, but many in the community already believe that the evidence points to a tragic car accident. The positioning of the car in the canal and the condition of the remains suggest that Doris may have lost control of the vehicle, sending it into the water. However, until the investigation is fully complete, theories of foul play continue to circulate. Some speculate that the isolated location and lack of immediate evidence might indicate something darker. Theories range from a deliberate act of harm to an attempt to cover up an accident. While no foul play has been confirmed, the mystery still hangs in the air, leaving room for speculation. The role of technology in solving cold cases. This discovery highlights how technology can revolutionize cold case investigations. Sonar, in particular, has become a game changer in underwater searches. Had this technology been available in the 1970s, it's possible Doris and Karen would have been found much sooner. Sonar works by sending sound waves into the water, which then bounce back to create a detailed image of the underwater terrain. Today, sonar teams like Sunshine State Sonar are helping to bring resolution to families across the country, one search at a time. The worst case serves as a powerful example of how technology can finally bring long-sought answers. It also raises the question, how many other cold cases could be solved with the right resources? This case shows us that sometimes the difference between a mystery remaining unsolved and finding closure is simply a matter of timing and technology. The impact on the community. For the residents of Plantation, Florida, this discovery is a bittersweet moment. While it brings answers to a long-standing mystery, it also stirs up memories of the past. The disappearance of Doris and Karen was not just a family tragedy, it was a community one. People who lived in the area during the 1970s remember the intense search efforts and the shock that rippled through the community when Doris and Karen first disappeared. Over time, the story became something of local legend, a tragic tale that parents would recount to their children. Now, with the case finally seeing some resolution, the town is left to process the dual emotions of relief and sorrow. The mystery that once defined their community has been solved, but it leaves behind a legacy of loss. The Worst family, finding peace after decades of pain. For the surviving members of the Worst family, this discovery is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it provides much-needed closure, an end to the years of not knowing what happened. Doris's sister, in particular, had been vocal about the ongoing pain of living without answers. For her, this discovery offers a chance to finally grieve properly and begin to heal. On the other hand, it reopens old wounds. Family members who had long accepted that Doris and Karen were gone now have to grapple with the harsh reality of how they met their end. It's a somber reminder that sometimes the answers we seek aren't the ones we want to hear. Still, this moment represents the culmination of years of searching, hoping, and waiting. And for the Worst family, finding peace, even after so much time, might finally be within reach. Cold cases, why they matter. This case is a powerful reminder of why cold cases matter. They are not just stories of the past. They are unresolved tragedies that continue to affect families, friends, and communities. Each unsolved case represents a person whose story has been cut short and whose loved ones are left in limbo. Solving these cases isn't just about bringing closure to a family, it's about restoring a sense of justice, even if delayed. The resolution of the Worst case is a testament to perseverance, technology, and the unwavering dedication of volunteers who refuse to let the past remain buried. This case serves as a beacon of hope for other families still waiting for answers, proving that no matter how much time has passed, the possibility of finding the truth is always within reach. That's all for today's video. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more future videos. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next deep dive into the world's most intriguing cases.